Hi, we are here for our Shabbat Shalom, and it's just so exciting as we're getting up to that time when we celebrate the coming of Shalom. And today we are going to look at who He is. Wow, and it's amazing, amazing. Who is He? Who He is? Whichever one you want to put it at. But today we are going to look at the beginning of the real Shalom and how you can get involved in it. But guess what? We are just finishing. No, we're not finishing. We're in the middle of our time management series, which is going to be running for about 6 weeks. But we have probably done 1, 2, 3 to 4 weeks already. And on the weekend, the Shabbat, and on the Lord's Day, we take a break and look at something relevant to it. So as we are looking during the week at managing our time, we are now today looking at how are we going to manage that time? What are our objectives? And as usual, we're going to be using the 4 rules of Celebrate Life, which are: know where you're going. 1, know your driver. 2, pay as you enter. 3 and 4 is enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride. So I'm making notes as I go along. So what we are going to be doing here is looking at the 4 names of prophesied names of Yeshua HaMashiach. And that is, first, he is going to be Wonderful Counselor. And you need to take notes, because I'm telling you, you need to review this thing over and over whenever you have a need. I need a fan. Then the next one is Mighty God. Wow. The next one is Everlasting Father. Sometimes when I used to read this, I thought to myself, this is a baby coming and he's going to be Everlasting Father. Watch out how we link it during this program. And then the last one is Prince of Peace. Wonderful. So in this section, we are doing Wonderful Counselor. And the Wonderful Counselor is how you're going to know where you are going. Because always we have to get the counsel from the right place. Dun, 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 dun. And here it is. We have the operations manual. Before you start anything, you have to know where are you at now, and then where are you going. And consequently, this is the only way we can be sure to know where we are going. So we have to consult this. Secondly, that's know where you're going. The second part is know your driver. Because I'm here to tell you, if you don't know who is driving the bus is going to go over the precipice and you're going to have all sorts of challenges that you don't want. So you got to know the driver. Right. And who is the driver? Mighty God. Whoa. Woo, I love it. Third one now is pay as you enter. I'm here to tell you that you've got to put in your heart at the beginning. It's about sowing and reaping. But guess what? When you have the everlasting Father, you don't have to pay anything of yourself. You know what you have to give? Time. This is why this is in the time management area. The only thing you need to contribute is your time. Remember what we said about the abilities and the other things? Zero. Because you are a channel for His abilities, His resources, the fatherhood of God. to flow through to those who are on the receiving end. And who is the first receiver? Then I can know, out of the abundance of what I have been given, I can now give to you. Remember the concept that even though you are just the channel or the messenger, you can muzzle the ox when he is working and treading out the grain. So once you think of the everlasting fatherhood, then he has you enter is a breeze. Easy cheese. It means that you can just sit, give him your time, and he will flow through to others. And then the last section is enjoy the ride. That is why I call this program Celebrate Life. And today we are coming to you on reggae.com. And I am here to tell you, you can celebrate the ride, because I know that once you put the three things into place, you must, and bound to enjoy the ride. Consequently, that we'll talk about the name, the Prince of Peace. You must be at peace if you enjoy the ride. And I just love it. This is why I just love Shabbat, because it's Shabbat Shalom, which means you're going to have a peaceful Sabbath, and whatever is not in perfect upright order is brought back into perfect upright order on the Sabbath. And that is just amazing, because that is why we need to stop, rest, rejuvenate, put things in place, etc., etc., etc. Because every Sabbath we need to back off, stop working, and do this. Does that mean that you cannot do any essential services? Does that mean that you can't help people on this guy? You can do everything that you normally do. Every single thing. Cook, clean, work, but it must be no work, and it must be done as worship to God. That don't mean you're going to cook and clean for yourself. No. On the Sabbath, if you're going to do any of those things, you would do it as a worship unto him for somebody else. Right? So, no work. Either for yourself, or for your job, or for whatever. It's just giving back to him. And how do you give back to him? By giving to others. How do you enjoy him? By enjoying his presence and enjoying the presence of others. That's why fellowship is so important on Shabbat. Anyway, we will come back to that. So our 4 rules are: know where you're going. He's a wonderful counselor. Know your driver. He's a mighty God. Pay as you enter. He's the everlasting Father, the provider. Him will pay everything you need to enter. When you enter, Prince of Peace. Once you're at peace, you can enjoy everything. No matter what is dropping down around you, you can enjoy it. So, let's start into the first section. The wonderful counselor. Oh my goodness. You see this here book? One of my things that I do, apart from listening to the Old Testament and the New Testament continuously for years and years and years. It's going right now in the background. I hope it won't pick up and cause no disturbance. But 24/7, New Testament and Old Testament going. Takes 4 days to go through everything, and every 4 days it starts again. So even when I'm sleeping, it's going. When I'm in the bathroom, in the kitchen, in anywhere, in the office, it's going. So, it just goes in and in. And anytime I need something, it just pops back up into my mind, because I have been meditating on it day and night. And that is how you retain the counsel. In addition to that, I write it out. Anything that pops into my mind, I just grab a piece of paper. I have paper pack up all over my house. Like it's like a printery dump stuff. All sort of little piece of paper, big paper, short paper, fat paper, long paper, thick paper. And every time something pops in here, I just write it out. Like I am now writing out Psalm 119, which is the best psalm in the world. Best psalm in the world. So it is important when you talk about the first thing, know where you're going, that you get the counsel, the information of everything to do with what you are doing. We're going to take the first break, so come back. My drink as I'm doing for the next 2 weeks. This is what I'm having every day. It is my Master Cleanser, cleanses you at the cellular level, and it is made from cane juice, lime juice, and cayenne pepper. And it gives you all the vitamins, all the minerals, all the protein, all the chlorophyll, and all the enzymes that you need while cleansing you at the cellular level. And it is delicious. Oh. And the last thing about it is it does not make you feel hungry. It satisfies that hunger. Most hunger pangs are a result of dehydration. The one drawback is that it is a detoxing agent. And so it makes your mucus start to come out and all the other things. Right? Which is great. Great, great, great. You know, cleansing is always a wonderful experience. So don't be afraid, as some people are, of the cleansing challenges that you have to go to the bathroom sort of regularly. Don't worry about that, my dear. If it's junk and getting out, go as often as you need. Wonderful. So we are talking about another kind of cleansing today. It's Shabbat Shalom here on Celebrate Life. And we just did our first rule, which was know where you're going. And the only way you can know where you're going is following the wonderful counselor as we go into that season when we celebrate the birth of Yeshua HaMashiach. So that section we have done. The only place you can get the information is from your operations menu. Good. Then the next section is know your driver. And my driver is the mighty God. And we did a program maybe a week ago on mighty God, names of God. And I don't know which one I'm going to use for mighty God, but let's use El. That's what it is. El means mighty God, right? I'm telling you, it's right here. Here, man. Hear me nose. Mighty, strong, and powerful. El, just the E and the L. But guess what? I am putting it with Shaddai. And when you say El, Shaddai, all sufficient one. I know my driver. And when you have a driver who is all sufficient, God, you good. You know, when I sat down here to start the program, see my notes here? See my notes for this program. I went like this and opened my mouth to start. And the all-sufficient one says, do the 4 names promised by the angels when Jesus was coming. See my notes here? Change everything. But because he is the all-sufficient one, he says, open your mouth and I will fill it. And boy, I tell you something, you know how we can chat plenty. Well, I have opened my mouth and he has filled it. And so he's going to continue filling it for the rest of this program. He is the all-sufficient one. And I'm here to tell you that there is nothing that I need that is not supplied. Not just supplied, but supplied at the right time And I can't say in the right quantity. It is always supplied more than enough. Why? Because it is the Lord thy God, Deuteronomy 8:18, who gives you health. Number one requirement for life: physical health, spiritual health, psychological health. He gives it to you right here. Why? So that you can acquire wealth. Now, the acquisition of wealth is not done by your efforts at your job. The acquisition of wealth is done by using your time to obey the voice of the instructional manual, who is your creator, and just moving along almost like a robot. That's what I did this morning. I tell you, it takes me 5 hours to prepare for this program every day. And it's now becoming a habit that when I sit in front of the camera and say, "Welcome to Celebrate Life," my dear creator pops into my head a new subject. And it's just a habit. Does that mean I must stop preparing? It doesn't mean you have to sit and say, well, since I don't have to, I mustn't study, I mustn't work, I mustn't prepare that. He has a reason for you to prepare those things, because one day he's going to need it. And it's just getting you stronger and better, and it's just fabulous. I love it. So here we are talking about knowing your driver, the all-sufficient one. And you know, when you look at knowing your driver, all right, I'm just organizing my next break. It is important that you remember that he's all-sufficient. All-sufficient. And he has promised always to give you more than enough. Why? Because his principle is this, that you must always be a channel. You take everything you need while his power, his might, his abilities, and his resources are passing through you. You take everything you need for food, clothing, shelter, transportation, education, entertainment, fellowship, peace, love, joy, health, and wealth. Everything you need, you take out first. And then there is so much more excess to flow out to others. We are all made as channels. And when we talk about fill my cup, Lord, I lift it up. Fill my cup have no, it have a big hole on the bottom. I mean, just turn it sideways. So as my cup is filled, it flows through to others. He always gives more than enough. 5 minutes before the show, I said, oh my goodness, what are going where? And I said, well, guess what? Today is a celebration. Let me put on my Jewish outfit. This is a Jewish national costume. Their colors are gold and blue. This nice blue. I don't know, it's not a navy blue. It's a royal. Because we are royalty, right? And I love to wear national costumes from all over the world because I am a jam icon, but I'm also a citizen of the world. And I can wear any costume because I am in the kingdom. You have to just understand the principles of living in the kingdom. Living in the kingdom gives you or makes available to you everything you need. He is the all-sufficient one. So living in the kingdom is such a fulfilling experience. And I live there every day. Sometimes I get off of the road for all sorts of fool reasons. But I don't stay there, not even 60 seconds. Sorry. I am not giving the enemy 60 seconds of my time. Soon as I hit the ground, most times because of my stupidity, I just get up back immediately and I'm gone again, man. Living in the kingdom is really the way to go. You see this over my head? Escape. I have an escape 24/7. I just escape into that place of living in his presence. And I'm here to tell you, what is there? Good wine. This is what this read. I escape with good wine, great friends, and fun times. That is what celebrating life is about. Good wine? You know what that is? That is what he supplies through the operations manual to just empower me. It goes down smoothly. It has this wonderful bouquet. And you look at the clarity. And you look at the, ooh, time for a break before I get drunk. Soon come back. Oh, hi. We're back again. And I'm having some of this good wine. It's not really wine, but guess what? It's better than wine. Because it's my master cleansing. Oh. Here on Celebrate Life, we do know where you're going, know your driver. Third one is pay as you enter, which is what we're going into now. And the fourth one is enjoy the ride. I'm telling you, I enjoy my life. I have a great time 24/7, even when I'm sleeping. Because when I'm sleeping, I get all these dreams and visions. And on rare occasions, I get a nightmare. But it's usually because I did something stupid before I go to bed. I either didn't do my devotions, or I ate the wrong thing, or I am returning from the wrong place where I did the wrong thing. And those are the only things that cause me to have nightmares. All the others are dreams and visions of what my Creator has planned for me. In Jeremiah 29:11, I have a plan for you. A plan not to harm you, but to give you a hope and a future. To bring you to an expected end. And to give you success and prosperity. That is why Joshua 1:8 is one of my major favorite things. And we are in the section that says, pay as you enter. What do I have to do? Give him my time. Because I don't have to give him my abilities. I don't have to give him my resources. I don't have to give him anything I have or anything I have acquired, anything that I've done, anything that I've been studied otherwise. We went through that to explain that the reason why we have been placed in a particular career path, a particular environment, and a particular background, and a particular stage, everything. The purpose for all of those things is to give us an arena of influence. That's it. So the fact that I have 8 degrees under my belt is neither here nor there. It is so that I can interface with others who either need that information or others who have that information. So this is my field. This is where I can read. This is where I can relate. That is the purpose for your job, the purpose for your geographic place where you live, everything. It's all about that. It's not about using the things that you have to help God. Please, He is the all-sufficient one. Consequently, once you have made that decision to exchange this time with Him, then you're gone clear, because guess what? It is a situation where you become zero channel, and so all you need to give Him is your time. Pay as you enter. Lord, here I am. You have my time. And once He has your time, He has what you do in that time. You got it? Wonderful. So this is why this series, which I said it's going to go for 6 weeks. I think it might go for 12 months. Because until you get it, that this is the one thing that He requires of you. Because with your time given to Him, you will never be busy, because you'll always be doing what He wants you to do. You'll never have a situation where you are going to think that I don't have time to do this or I don't have time to do that. You will always be in a position where all the requirements that you have are going to be suitable to what He wants you to do at that time, because He gave them to you, He gave you the opportunities, He gave you everything. And so He is the one who's doing the networking. But what is He networking you for? To be a zero, so that He and all His resources and capabilities can flow through you. You get what you need, and the rest flows out to others. So those who never have enough time, this is where you need to make your adjustment. Because yesterday we did a program about fine-tuning your timetable, because we looked at the 20-year plan, 15, 10, 5, 3, 2, 1, and we looked at the 3-month timetable, which is done as a weekly timetable. And every 3 months you need to review it and change it as you have achieved the goals of that 3 months. And so what is in this whole 20-year plan are your goals for each of these time spans. And of course, if you make a plan, I'm here to promise you, you will exceed it. Because a man's goals, whatever it is, must exceed his reach and his grasp. Right? You see all the cast in the hand over here? That's right. The issue is this, that everything you plan must be so far above what you can reach. If you can reach to 10, plan 100. You know why? Because if you reach for 100 and you grab 90, you'll be ahead of the game. If you reach for 100 and you grab 12, you're still ahead of the game. You understand? So that is the concept of putting down plans. Don't bother with this thing that them say, smart and all the world's way of doing things and planning. That's a whole pile of So we need to understand that we are to plan and put as our goals things that are impossible for us. Because guess what? When you do that, He is looking around the whole world, searching for His children whose backs are against the wall. Impossible situations facing them. to show himself strong on our behalf. Lord of mercy, every day he shows himself strong on my behalf. A couple of days ago, I decided that I need to go get some stuff down at my old place of residence in St. Elizabeth. And I am here to tell you, I had no vehicle, I had no driver, I had no money for the gas. Anyway, long story cut short, I went and came back with a station wagon full to the brim and right up to the driver's seat of stuff that I needed. The all-sufficient one. And I remember, I planned this thing and I said to myself, when I wake up the next morning, because I was up the night before doing what I shouldn't be doing, surfing the internet. I mean, that is such an asinine thing to do. I don't know why I keep doing it. Because anything I need to find out, I just need to go here, so, and I get it downloaded. But idiot me decide that I am going to be, and I go to my bed at 8:30 the night before I was going to the country. And I had the iPad in the bed. And I said, well, let me just check this. At 12:30, I am still checking this, dropping asleep. Eventually I said, what a fool I am. And I just shut it down. I'm up and running at 4 o'clock next morning with inadequate sleep because I lost 2 hours of my healing sleep. Remember, the healing sleep is between 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock. So I wake up and my eye didn't care home properly. I said, oh my God, I don't think I can make it. So when my friend called me now, who is going to drive me down? I said to her, I don't think I'm going to go, because I didn't get enough sleep last night and I don't feel good. You see what happens when you don't do what you're supposed to do with your time? That's what happened. Dog eat your supper and your breakfast. And sometimes your lunch too. And your dinner. Anyway, I am here to tell you. So she said to me, oh dear. Well, go back and get a little more rest and maybe we can go at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. Because whatever you do, if you have to rush, back off. If you don't feel up to it, reevaluate. But don't push into it. Make sure you're using the best use of your time. Consequently, it's so important for us to understand that we must pay as we enter. How do you do that again? You give him your time. And he becomes for you the everlasting Father. Because he's the one who provides everything. We're looking at the wonderful counselor who shows us where we're going. We're looking at the mighty God who gives us the abilities. We just looked at the everlasting Father who provides. Father, somebody who provides security and everything that we need. Provision, protection, guidance, the real everlasting Father. And he never changes, always. And so we're going for another break. And we're going to take a break. So come back. Wonderful. Okay, so we're coming back with the Prince of Peace, and then we do the outfit of the day photo, and I change, and then we'll come to do the other show. Okay. So what's the time now? I'm going to start back right now. 10:53. Right, I'm starting now. Hi, we're back for the last section. And this is our Enjoy the Ride. And the name that I'm using today is the Prince of Peace. Now, I want you to remember this, A lot of us say, well, I can't do that. I don't have that. I'm not that. Do you understand when this prophecy came? When the angels were announcing the birth of Jesus Christ, they said, and he shall be called, his name shall be called. He baby no born yet, you know. His name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, Mighty, God. I am separating them now. Everlasting, Father, Prince of Peace, or the Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. That is who he was, is, will be. Because remember, this thing on time with God, you know, it's not like us. And so this is a concept that we need to get into our craniums, right? This is a concept we need to get into our craniums. Because we are at a position here where we think about things relating to where we are at now. We look at our capabilities and our resources and we say, we don't have this, we don't have that, we can't do this, we can't do that. But that's not how God looks at it. He looks at everything from the end. He looked at the end and decided what we would need at the beginning to fulfill the end. And we need to start looking like that. If you don't start looking like that, you know what is going to happen? What is going to happen is that you're going to operate based on your lack of capabilities. Because if I look at myself, there's absolutely no way I could have thought that I would be doing this program because I did not prepare for it. But God has had me in preparation for the last 20 years of listening to his word non-stop. So he can bring up out of my memory. And incidentally, nothing that goes into your memory is lost. When you can't remember, it's because it is blocked from your consciousness. And you need to remove those blocks. How? By giving your time to him so that he can bring it back. But if you are doing it yourself, no way you can bring back everything that has gone into that memory. I used to struggle for about, oh my goodness, between age 7 and 40. How much is that? 33 years. I used to struggle and say, I can't remember Bible. I do all this memorization. I do the cards thing. I do the this thing. Can't remember the Bible verse. Every time it's time for me to quote them, I just go, and I get a blank. Well, guess what? When I decided I'm going to give all my time around age 40, all my time, and just sit down and getting this word into my spirit. Things that I heard, sermons that I heard when I was 6. Billy Graham in 1956 came here. The first Billy Graham crusade at Knutsford Park, which is where New Kingston now is, was a big race track. That came on us, that is where it was. And that is where Billy Graham had his first crusade in Jamaica. I was there. I was 6. 1956. 1956, 1955, whatever. And I remember several parts of that sermon. And when that thing came back to me, I realized, I said, God, if I put my time in your hands, then everything, I can enjoy the ride. Because the name that we are attaching to that part of our 4-part rules is, he is the Prince of Peace. What does that mean? It means that he will give you peace. And that peace is the word Shalom. Shalom means everything in perfect, upright order. Nothing missing, nothing broken. So when you use shalom as a greeting, you are actually saying, I would like you to have the peace of God, which means that everything will be in perfect upright order. There will be nothing missing in your life, and there will be nothing broken. That's what it means as a greeting. It encompasses everything. And so I'm encouraging you, just like how blessed is an excellent greeting. If you don't want to use that, I would suggest that you use shalom or blessed. Any one of the two are fine, because blessed means you are favored. You all the blessings of Abraham are done. You are fruitful. You're going to multiply the good things. You're going to replenish, and you're going to have control and authority. That's what blessed means. The favor of God, the replenishing of God, the fruitfulness of God. So what do you want to use? Shalom or blessed? I would like you to start encompassing those two words in all your greetings and all your interactions with everything. Say it over your company. Say it over your neighborhood. Say it over your children. Say it over yourself first. And then you say it over your environment. Everything that you put your hands to, you've got to speak it. Why? Because you shall have what you say. You shall have what you say. You shall have what you say. So it is so important for you to understand that when you engage this, you release a whole new capability that only God can supply. And so that is how you enjoy the ride. He is the Prince of Peace, and he wants to bring peace into your situation. Now, all of this is theoretic. It's theoretic until you engage it, until it becomes a part of your experience. And that will never happen until you take the first step. We spoke yesterday about recording your timetable, fine-tuning it. First, you have the perfect timetable of what you want to achieve, and then you have the other part, which is where you're at now. You can't go there unless you know where you're at, you know. So you gotta be honest. I'm not here about saying you must don't recognize reality. You recognize where you're at, and then you change where you are at by your action. First with your words, and then with your action. These words have creative force. I don't care what you say. Whatever is dead can live again. Remember the dry bone story? Remember Lazarus come forth? All of this is possible. But we have to decide that we are going to do it his way. And when we do it his way, we will realize that everything will come into perfect upright order. So we spoke about the timetable and the fact that you have to know right down where you are. Record it for as many days as you need to record it to recognize, I suggest a week, where you're out of whack with the perfect calendar that you have or timetable that you have done based on the guidelines that we gave you. And then you have to give the time back to him. It's like you have to offer the time and say, Lord, I've been so busy. Here is my time. You structure it. Because guess what? When he structures it, you get through everything that you are supposed to get through. Now, how would you like to live like that? Boy, I love it when I live like that. I love it. Because you have time to sleep. You have time to recreate. You have time to spend with the Lord. You have time to sleep. You have time to fulfill all those wonderful relationships with your family, with your community, with your spiritual family. You ever know of people who just always rushing? They don't have no time for their friends. They don't have any time for their family. They don't have any time for their community. They don't have any time to look at national issues. They don't have any time to look at why I'm here to tell you. It's all because you control your time instead of giving it to your creator, who can spread it out. And boy, talk about multiply and maximize my time. The amount of things that I have done and continue to do in the 24/7. It is impossible. Impossible. The other day I was doing my resume for a program that I'm going to be on. And when I look at it, I says, oh my goodness, they asked for a maximum of 3 pages. How do I put everything on 3 pages typewritten? I can't even list them on 3 pages. Why? Is it because I'm so smart or so gifted? It's because I try and remain a zero as much as possible. And when you're a zero, you have all the abilities and all the resources of your creator. Why? Why sometimes I sit down and I think, how can people reject so great an offer? And I know why. Because they don't see it lived out enough in those who say they have accepted the offer. That's the reason. Because if everybody around you was having this wonderful life and you alone down into the dumps, you would say, but wait, you have something that you have, that you want. So I'm going to encourage you, as you enjoy the ride, that you be hilarious in the ride, right? Now, I know that I'm sort of over the top, and I've tried my best to sort of cool down, back up, gesticulate less, and speak more slowly, and I do succeed momentarily, but that's not me. And I intend to use all the passion I have in everything I do and use everything in everything. That's how I want to live my life, because I enjoy it. I really do. I really do. This is not just for the show, right? This is how I live every day, right? My poor staff. And that is not just when I am in the good times, because they hear me bawling all the time. Look what they do to me. That's a normal, everyday part of my life. But I don't stay there long. And I am encouraging you to use everything that you have, everything that you are, and that is how you enjoy this. You're right. Look, I even enjoy when I am bawling. I tell you the truth. I enjoy it. Because when I finish, I get rid of some excess possible stress. And when I finish, I get it off my chest. So I don't have up nobody any longer. And then can do whatever they want to do. It don't faze me none. It is just an opportunity for me to blow off steam and prevent stress. Let me take some of this. Remember, for the holiday season, this is how you hold your stem glass. Drink from your thumb. All right, moving right along. So, today we looked at what was promised. 4 names of the Savior who was coming, the baby who was coming. And I want you to understand that when you look at Jeremiah 29:11 and look at the things that are promised for you, you need to understand it's the same way they were promised from before you were born. Consequently, you need to understand that there is no block in your achieving them, except for the block that you put there by using your time to do something you want to do, instead of using your time to do what God intended you to do. So as we go into today's show, as we end it rather, Shabbat Shalom. I just want to encourage you to give him your time. Get into the Word and find out all the promises that you want to have for all of your life, all the relationships of your life. Remember to put down continuously anything that pops into your mind about what you would like to achieve, have, be. Write it down. Write the vision. Make it plain so that those who see it can run with it. Who's the first person to see it? More. And so I can run with it. Right. So go through and write those things down. Why? Because you need to have it down. There's no way you can remember all of these things if you don't write it down. But in fact, you know what happens? The more you write it down, the more you remember it. This is how I do all my speaking engagements. I write copious notes and then I speak extemporaneously. And then people say, how does she remember so much? Because I write it down, I dream it, I ruminate on it, I meditate on it. And then, voila, it comes out. It's a principle. And it's not a principle for any specific person. It's a principle that we can all engage in. Consequently, I encourage you to write it down. Write it down. Write it down. And also speak it. Think about it. You know why people get depressed and anxious? I think probably one of the most widespread of the psychological conditions is the whole issue of bipolar. And bipolar is just what we call manic depressive behavior. And it is just a combination of depression and anxiety, something that we all go through. Please. Ain't nobody. So I have some clients, and when they are in residence with me, I get things like, I'm hearing voices, and the voices tell me to do X. I said, I hear voices too. Every day, I hear voices. Every day. And anybody who is alive hears voices every day. Every time I'm about to make a decision or a choice, I hear voices. I hear God's voice telling me what to do, and his voice comes first, and it's a still, small voice. And after that, I hear the other voice which say, do it, do it, do it. So as we close this program, I'm going to encourage you. Remember, we need to be led by the Spirit. How? By making those decisions to not go with that voice, but go with the voice that you really need to go with. And so, remember, it's your choice. So as we go, make your choice. Shalom on this Shabbat. Everything in perfect upright order. Nothing missing. Nothing broken. Shalom. See you tomorrow on It's the Lord's Day from celebrate live.me. Bye-bye.